Okay everyone, welcome back to another video on Gran Turismo 7, and we are back with an incredible battle at Sardegna from last week's Daily Race C, which I think is one of my favourite fictional tracks. I really enjoy the flow of it. I think personally for me it's the best fictional track on the game. There are obviously plenty of other good tracks. Let me know in the comments what your personal favourite fictional track is. No real life tracks, fictional only. Let me know in the comments what your fictional track is. And yeah, anyone who writes Dragon Trail Gardens in them comments, I will be sending the docs around to you as quick as possible. But let's get on with this race where we had an incredible battle in top split with some very fast drivers. And yeah, it was some brilliant racing. You can see there we got Flash behind us. We've also got Mild Cheese a little bit behind us and Jack in this race as well. Some very fast drivers. So this is going to be an interesting one. Starting from P1, going down into turn 1. Let's get this race started. And remember, if you haven't already subscribed, get subscribed to the channel and hit that like button. It's a huge help for me. And straight away in this race, you're going to see we have a little bit of an issue straight away behind us there. Flash, I think he panicked thinking he was going to hit me. And to be fair to him, he did the right thing by going onto the gravel. But when I watched it back there, I don't think he was actually going to hit me, because I missed the apex slightly too late for braking what I think was about the right point. I think he thought we braked a bit early, but I think he panicked a bit. I'm not sure if there was some lag or something, because when I watched it back there, it didn't really look like he was very close to us at all. It looked like it was a bit of a gap to us, so maybe just didn't want to wipe us out. So fair play to Flash. Let's go back up to lap 2 now, and you can see we've now got Mild Cheese behind us. So for those that don't know, Mild Cheese is Fento. Fento is a very quick driver at the moment, massively improved from GT Sport, and I mean massively improved from GT Sport. And just behind that, we've also got Jack, another massively improved driver as well from GT Sport. And we've got what is shaping up to be quite a good race. You can see straight away a bit of a gap to P4, so it's becoming a 3-car race in this Daily Race C. Now, 4-wheel drive cars, this track, always going to give good racing if you've got good drivers, remain clean and give space. So this track, the reason I like it, it's got long straights, slow corners, you can follow, always gives good racing. Also, you have to be very precise because of the wall, so little mistakes are punished, and I really like the flow of it. Personally for me, this is one of my favourite fictional tracks. A lot of people might disagree with me, but I definitely think it's up there, especially in Group 3. If they can get rid of that turbulent air, it'd be even better. So yeah, let's hope for the future. We see lap 3 there, the start of lap 3, so it's end of lap 2. Jack has gone into the pits there, and I decided to let Mild Cheese through, so let Fento through. You can see I lifted off the throttle because once I saw him pitting, it's normally a good idea not to battle in these situations, because we've started on the medium tyres and Jack is going for an undercut on the soft tyres. Now, for me, that strategy wasn't working because I just wasn't interested in tyre saving. I just wanted to push. So I'm going to play this smart, and this is something that I think a lot of people should try and do. If you're ever on the medium tyres and you've got the faster tyres to come later on and someone's pitted early, if me and Mild Cheese start fighting at this stage of the race, all that is going to happen is we're both going to lose time. Sometimes you have to play it tactically because we want to lose as little time as possible. So not going to fight him. You're going to see we're going to pick up the slipstream now, and instead of trying to battle him into the braking zone, the slow left-hander, and send one up the inside and both of us lose 1 second, we're going to play it smart. Give him a little bump draft, give him a little knock in the back there, just give him a little bit extra speed into the straight. And yeah, we're not going to try and send one up the inside, because if we send one up the inside, we're just going to both lose time. And again, we're not going to try and make any sort of overtake through here. We're going to play it very smart, stay right behind him, and just be careful on this corner, because this is one of the hardest corners on a lot of tracks, I find. I love this corner though, because when you get it right, I don't think there's many corners that feel as good as that one, because it really hooks up and you carry extreme speed through to the next braking zone. So yeah, absolutely love this track. I like the slow corners, acceleration zones, a few fast corners on there. The wall's really close, the mistakes are punished. Definitely one of the better tracks. But remember, let me know what your favourite track is on Gran Turismo in terms of fictional. I don't want to hear real life tracks, because yeah, there's loads of real life tracks that are amazing, but fictional tracks, this is up there in my personal opinion. So again, giving Mild Cheese a little bump draft there, no point fighting him. Skipping through to the end of lap 4 now, and we are both going to go into the pit stop. So we're going to go for a 4-6 divide. Jack has gone for a 2-8 divide, which is going to be a bit punishing on them tyres. So into the pits, out we come, onto the soft tyres, and as you can see, working well together here has really helped us out, because now Jack, he's only just managed to get ahead there, and he's still got the slipstream. So Mild Cheese has got the slipstream to Jack. So Fento in the slipstream. I'm going to give him a bump draft there because he made a little mistake on the corner. So no point fighting at this stage yet again. Working smart together. again, if you fight at this stage, we don't want to lose the slipstream to Jack and then end up battling. We want to play this smart. Fento is faster than me. There's no point me fighting this too much. We better just stay in behind him, work with him, use his slipstream, and see if we can both work our way up to Jack. So again, you can see on the replay camera, looking as amazing as usual, it's very, very close. We're getting closer and closer. All we've got to do is play this one smart, and we should be able to push and fight for the win in this race with all three of us. It could work out a very exciting end to this race. So powering our way up the hill here now into the next braking zone. You can see right up behind Fento. Fento just picking up that slipstream to Jack. And Jack obviously having to look after them tyres. His tyres are a few laps old at this stage, but they're still in perfectly good condition to really put in some decent lap times. It's normally towards the end where they're going to start fading a little bit. So you can see the gaps at the moment pretty much equal between Fento and Jack and myself and Fento. It's pretty much the same type of gap in between all cars here. So we're just trying to follow, make sure we don't make mistakes, and we're actually starting to drop back a little bit. This is something we don't want to happen, because if we drop back too much, Fento will start getting the slipstream at that really strong zone, and I'll start getting that weak zone. From 1 second back, the slipstream is pretty, it doesn't really do much. So you want to be within 7/10 really, and at the moment we're falling back quite a bit. You can see that delta is approaching the, you know, the 1 second mark soon. So yeah, we need to get a little bit closer and try and push as aggressively as we can. So into the braking zone, braking just about on that 100 board there, using the full width of the track, down to second gear, then back up to third gear. Really good exit there, hooked that up quite nicely, and now up to fourth gear as we approach this left-hand corner. One of my favourite corners on the track actually, because you can really hustle the car through this corner. And again, if you get it right, it rotates really nice. So you chuck it in, let that left-hand tyre get onto the curb, and then rotating it into this right-hand corner really quickly with a little flick of the steering wheel. Absolutely lovely corner when you get it right. When you get it wrong, it's not so nice, but yeah, when you get it right, it's perfect. Again, this left-hand corner is one of my weaker corners on the track, but I do enjoy doing it, especially when you hook it up. Again, you've got to get right up to that barrier on the outside, and when it works really nicely. So by the end of the lap, you can see we go over on a 147, not a bad lap, but you can see that Fento has really caught up to Jack, and now this lap needs to be a much, much better lap. So into the left-hand corner, pushing as much as we can, and we actually hooked that up a little bit better than what we did before. You can see a little bit more drive out that corner, and Fento has put himself in the lead. So this is very dodgy, because now Jack, even though he's on worn tyres, he's got the slipstream right up there with Fento, and I need to push on. This lap needs to be an almost perfect lap to get back involved with this battle. If we don't hook this lap up, we run the risk of dropping massively behind. So you can see into the sector, we're again up on a personal best there, and this time through this corner we do it a little bit better on the power a little bit earlier and carry a little bit more speed on that corner. And by the time we come to the end of the lap, you can see we're a little bit closer here. We've actually managed to do quite a decent lap on lap 7. You can see it's actually heading for a very, very nice lap as we go over the line. Let's have a little look at that time. 146, 147.3, and we've actually gone over the line with the fastest lap of the race. That was actually a really strong lap, one of my strongest laps of the week, that one, because we only had a really light amount of slipstream as well. There wasn't much slip involved with that. It was just a really nicely done lap. But you can see getting closer, and now Jack at this stage of the race, his tyres are starting to be a little bit warm because he pitted on lap 2. He's been working on his tyre saving properly, and you can see though in the corners he doesn't have that ultimate speed as Fento there getting a little bit sideways. That's going to give Jack the opportunity to fight back here, which I'm sure Jack wouldn't mind getting ahead again just to try and hold him up. But you can see that has helped me out. We're now 3 cars in this battle for the win, all very close and all fighting to see if we can take the win as we work our way through that tricky left-hand corner, powering our way up this hill now, fast forwarding that action, and then into the braking zone. Will Jack go for a move up the inside? He's a little bit too far back, and I think at this stage Jack might actually be deliberately holding back as both myself and Fento decide to drive into the wall there. A little bit of a mistake. Luckily, no damage and not a massive amount of time loss. You can see Jack trying to go on that wider line just so we can see the corner, and now into this fast left-hand corner, just trying to get as close to the barrier as you can. Into 5th gear early on the exit there really does help, and now into the braking zone, braking on that 100 board. You can see getting very close to Jack on the brakes. Obviously, Jack is saving tyres, so he's not doing that 100% braking, whereas I'm being a little bit more aggressive on my brakes because we pitted lap 4. And now we're working our way down the hill into turn 1. Will Jack go for a move here? He's having a little look up the inside, but yeah, that's going to be a bit risky. I don't think he'll send that one. But now they're very, very close going into the next left-hand corner. So will Jack think about sending one up the inside here on the left hand side, or is he just going to hold station behind him? It looks like he's going to hold station, but we're now incredibly close to Jack. Can we have a little look on the right hand side? No, can't really send one up the inside there, but you can see it's getting very, very close, and it could result in an overtake from someone in a minute as we go into this left hand corner. Can we possibly think about getting a slipstream on this corner and working our way in for a move at the end of the straight? You can see we're very, very close. I hooked that up really nicely there, got good exit speed, and now we might be in a position to send an opportunity either up the inside or on the outside into this braking zone. Are we going to be close enough? Let's have a little look. The problem we've got here is Jack is picking up the slipstream from Fento, so again, have a little look up the inside there, but not really going to be able to go for that move. You could see that we were just a fraction too far back, but yeah, trying to think of a position to go for a move here, trying to find a way to go for a move, and now we're going to go into this left hand corner and try and make sure we hook this up. You don't want to make a mistake here because there is an overtaking opportunity into the next left hand corner. You can see we've got a little bit of a run, but again, can we have a little look up the inside? And we decide to actually go for it because he's obviously saving tyres. So we get the car up the inside, we're going side by side. Unfortunately, on that angle, we're not going to get the exit speed, but what that does is it means Jack hasn't got that full slipstream now to Fento, so we've got a bit of an advantage with the slipstream. Can we manage to hold this now for this final lap battle? We know that Jack's tyres are fading, we know that Fento's tyres are going to be fine, like mine, they're going to be okay for the rest of the race, so we're going to pick up that slipstream. Fento's gone to the normal racing line. Can we go around the outside? We're going to try and send it all the way around the outside. Can we make that work? No, we're going to be squeezed a little bit there, not going to work. Fento just about runs off the track, rejoins. A little bit of contact between Fento and Jack, but no harm done there. Both keep going, and we're both all still in this race as we have a little look up the inside. Can't go for that move. Is there going to be an opportunity into this corner? Very close racing at the moment. Again, Jack has a little look up the inside, a little bit of contact there, but again, side by side. I'm going to get the slipstream to Fento and maybe try and go up the inside of Jack because we know his tyres are going to be fading on this left-hand corner, so we might be able to go up the inside. Side by side yet again, we're going to have to give him space on the outside. Absolutely brilliant racing now on this final lap, and again, we're all going to be challenging for the position in this corner. You can see we're picking up the slipstream. Will Jack go for a move here? It's very possible he'll think about going for a move, so he's going to the left-hand side of the track. He's having a look. I'm going to go to the right side of the track and try and go all the way around the outside and make this move stick. We know we've got better tyres, and we managed to make that one work on the outside, putting ourselves up to P2, probably gifted by the better tyres there. But now, can we challenge for the win? Are we able to go for a win in this Daily Race C on this tricky left-hand corner? Got to make sure we hook it up here. Didn't quite hook it, ran a little bit wide there. You can see Jack is possibly going to have to run up on the inside. However, again, he just doesn't have the tyres. And then into the braking zone, braking a little bit too late, and on the throttle a little bit too early, ran onto the grass a little bit, but that is going to be okay. I don't think he's going to be able to get past us because we've got the slip to Fento, and Fento's going to take the win in this race. But yeah, an enjoyable Daily Race C at what I think is one of the better tracks out of the fictional tracks. And like I say, let me know in the comments what you think about that. Do you like this track? Is there other tracks that you like more? Be really interesting to hear different thoughts on different tracks, because like I say, everyone has different opinions on race tracks. There's real life tracks that some people hate, there's real life tracks that some people like and that I don't, and stuff like that. It's just difference of opinion, but this for me is one of the better tracks in multiple different cars. It always gives pretty good racing. But yeah, thanks again for watching this video. Make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, and I'll be back with more in the future. Bye everyone.